Arena at Southern Virginia University for today's volleyball match, featuring the North Carolina Wesleyan University Battling Bishops and your Southern Virginia University Knights. President Wilcox and the Southern Virginia University staff thank you for your support of the student athletes and coaches participating in tonight's contest. The NCAA and USA South Athletic Conference promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or intimidating actions directed at coaches, players, officials, or any other team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is strictly prohibited. Thank you, and please enjoy tonight's game. In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by our athletic director, Deidre Dryden.
Our dear Father in heaven, we come before Thee this afternoon, grateful for these two teams, for the hard work that they have put in as teammates and coaches. We pray Thy blessings to be upon them, that they will play to the best of their ability, that no injuries may befall them. We pray that North Carolina Wesleyan will travel home safely this night. We thank Thee above all for our Savior, Jesus Christ, and we say this in His name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Now for tonight's starting lineups. Starting tonight for the Battling Bishops. In the middle, a freshman, number 1, Louis Borges. A defensive specialist, a senior, number 5, Kira Christensen. A setter, a senior, number 9, Allison Wachowski. A middle, a freshman, number 11, Emily Foraker. A setter, a junior, number 12, Desiree Walker. At setter, a junior, number 14, Sloan Martin. And at libero, a senior, number 3, Barrett Davis. The Battling Bishops are coached by Vicki Gentile, and she is assisted by Kayla Ruffin. And now, for your case in Southern Virginia,
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the barn of Southern Virginia University for the final matchup of today's tournament, if you will, between the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan and your Southern Virginia University Knights. Again, there's been 3 games prior to this. We had the first one of the day broadcast on the Knights YouTube channel. It was between Southern Virginia University and Methodist University. Knights took that one, sweeping that 3 sets to nothing. I'm joined by Marianne Gowdy. Should be a good, exciting matchup here between two teams who have already battled earlier today. Of course, North Carolina Wesleyan battled a little bit closer to this game than before. But should be an exciting matchup nonetheless. Another conference game. Knights looking to get their 7th win in a row. This last game earlier this morning was their 6th. And North Carolina Wesleyan looking to keep it rolling like they did against Brevard College.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting day.
And so we'll start it off here again. North Carolina Wesleyan is sitting 3rd to last in the conference with a conference record of 2-4, actually moving that up to 3-4 as of today against Brevard College, where they got that victory in 5 sets. That was a tightly contested game, very much back and forth. Should be interesting to see if they can recover here and give the Knights a challenge. And the Knights really weren't challenged earlier today against Methodist University. The Knights were able to kind of do what they wanted. The only times they really had setbacks is when they tried to get younger players in there, try to give them some playing time. Here's Matheny to Clyde. Looking like more of the same so far.
Great little quick set to Clyde right there. Fun to try those tricky plays.
Sage Matheny back to serve once again for the Knights. With some assistance from the ceiling, that'll be a service ace for Sage Matheny. Matheny to serve. Once again, the Knights have a 2-0 lead early in this first set. Here's Pinkston. That one too far to the outside. One of the things that North Carolina Wesleyan struggled with against Brevard College earlier today was serve receive. And also one thing they're really going to have to be challenged with today is the fact that the Knights have harder hitters than they do. With Courtney Pinkston, you got Brenna Clyde, you got Sydney Hopkin. They're able to really attack you from the outside, whereas North Carolina Wesleyan doesn't really have that big of an attack in that way like the Knights do. Now tied 2-2 with number 3, Barrett Davis, back to serve for the Battling Bishops. Here's Torbenson. Great dig there from Davis. Here's Pinkston. Gets that one to fall. Knights take back the lead. Coming in for Southern Virginia's number 4, Sydney Hopkin. And Marion, I was talking to you before the game about number 3, Barrett Davis of North Carolina Wesleyan. I watched her in their last game against Brevard College. She really impressed me in that back row. If you watch, most of the time you will see her squatting down super close to the ground, trying to make sure she's always ready to spring on the defensive end. That time, though, it's hard to prepare against Sydney Hopkin. Here's Pinkston to serve. Beautiful float serve. That was number 5, Kira Christiansen. Not really able to handle that one. Again, it's in the uncomfortable territory of right near the face. You can't really go up and set it up. You can't really bump it.
She's also in a spot right there, right? Her line of sight is right through the blockers. So it's also hard to see the ball come in at her, and she has less time to read the ball.
That's a very good point. They're trying to get to Clyde. Blocked back by Torbenson. Blocked back by Torbenson again.
She's really hollowing out her body and pushing back on that ball to make sure it gets where she wants it to go on those blocks. Great job, Torbenson.
And that kill goes down for Brenna Clyde. Love the middle blocker action that we're seeing here from both sides. The block just before on North Carolina Wesleyan's side was from Desiree Walker, getting in front of the ball, doing a great job there. Another service ace for Southern Virginia. Knights up by 5. Here's Torbenson. Gets that one to fall as well. And timeout called by North Carolina Wesleyan. And Knights doing a great job distributing the ball. So far, Clyde has 2 kills, Hopkin with 1, Torbenson with 1, and Pinkston with 1. Again, doing a great job distributing, whereas North Carolina Wesleyan having a hard time getting anything set up. And it all comes down to something that coaches will tell you every single time you ask them keys to the game. Serve receive. They have struggled with that quite a bit, as the Knights already have 3 service aces in this first set. And another big difference right now is both teams have a total of 9 attacks. Hitting percentage, big difference. Knights with a 444 hitting percentage, and North Carolina Wesleyan, 0. That's not going to do you much
You can tell that
good.
in the score.
Yeah, definitely not going to do you much good at all. Now breaking the timeout. Knights up by 6 with Pinkston still behind the line to serve.
Pinkston back to serve.
Waiting for the word from the down ref. Another service ace.
That serve went right under her hands.
The Knights doing a great job of placements, like you said. Total of 4 service aces now so far. And another service ace. Most of these service aces that we've seen so far is because doing a great job at flirting with the back line on these serves and making them very indecisive on that back row. Matheny to Hopkin. The Bishop's able to keep it alive. A little bit of lack of communication on that one. That's going to be out. Love the effort, though, from Steiger. Even though it was going out, she made sure she was there.
And that's a really great player there. You like to know where you are on the court, yes, but if you can follow that ball to the line and make sure that it's out, that's always the best choice.
There were some issues of substitution. Oh. Have a player that was bleeding on the floor. They want to make sure to get that cleared up before play continues. The player in question is number 5, Kira Christiansen.
You're fine.
So real quick during this break, I want to remind you, you are watching this on the Knights Broadcasting YouTube channel. Be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff that makes YouTube work. And if you want to follow along with Southern Virginia athletics of any kind, whether it be football, basketball, volleyball, field hockey, lacrosse, soccer, all those things, be sure to click that notification bell so you get notified every single time one of these athletic event broadcasts goes live here on YouTube. We very much appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to our production crew, producers, camera people, all the people who make this broadcast work every single day. It is a great effort from students and faculty alike, and we appreciate the support from all of you viewers everywhere around the country because, again, we have a lot of these players from all over the place, from Utah, California, Idaho, North Carolina, Arizona, and Ontario, and a couple more from Pennsylvania, Nevada, all over the place. So we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Okay, the Knights right now with a 9-point lead, serving being a big factor here with 5 service aces already. Hitting percentage, again, still dominated by Southern Virginia with 364 compared to -83 for North Carolina Wesleyan. One thing you have to kind of be aware, though, as a player and a coach, is if you have long pauses like this, it could drastically change momentum in the game. So far, Southern Virginia has had all the momentum, but with this break, maybe it gives North Carolina Wesleyan a time to breathe, think about things for a second, recuperate, and just recover from the streak that Southern Virginia's been on right now. In fact, one of the great examples that I can think of is a couple years ago in the Super Bowl in the NFL between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. At one point, there was a blackout in the stadium, and all of a sudden the momentum changed. The 49ers had all the momentum. Then after the blackout, the Ravens came back, won the Super Bowl. So you never know with disruptions like this. Anything could happen.
Very true. Volleyball can be not only a physical game, but a mental game as well. So
Absolutely.
that can definitely play a role.
Pinkston back to serve once again. And that's going to be out. Another good serve made the pass really difficult. It forced number 12, Desiree Walker, to try to tip it over on this near side. Another service ace for Pinkston. That gives Pinkston 5 aces so far by herself. Blocked straight down by Sydney Hopkin. Now a 12-point lead for Southern Virginia. And winning that battle at the net is number 14, Sloan Martin. And so for the first time in what feels like forever, North Carolina Wesleyan is going to have the serve. And it'll be number 22, Mary Catherine Davis, the senior from Kenly, North Carolina. Here's Hopkin. Gets that one to fall right back to Southern Virginia. And we got some substitutions on both sides for North Carolina Wesleyan. They got number 15, Aubrey Nicholson. And for Southern Virginia, you have Jelaine Peterson and Caitlin Chamberlain. And Chamberlain to serve. That one just a little too far. And so now to serve be number 14, Sloan Martin. And checking in for the Battling Bishops as well is number 19, Michaela Simmons. So the Battling Bishops have 11-point deficit, staring right back at them as that serve goes out as well. Jessica Ensley getting behind the line for the first time in this game. Great hit from number 15, Aubrey Nicholson. A little too much to handle for Emma Steiger.
I feel like North Carolina Wesleyan really was able to set up their play that time, and they really executed it really well.
Blocked back by Matheny. Matheny, the setter, winning the battle at the net against number 1, Ludmila Borges. And in comes the other half of the Matheny duo, Tatum Matheny. Looks like we had someone coming in from the back row.
Yeah, so when you're in the back row, you can't send the ball over when you're standing in front of the 10-foot line. You have to be, your feet have to leave from behind the 10-foot line when you send the ball to the other side of the net.
Here's Matheny. Ensley with the one-handed dig. Here's Pinkston. Great effort from Ensley to get to it, but it'll be a point for North Carolina Wesleyan. And now serving for the Bishops is number 15, Aubrey Nicholson. And checking in for North Carolina Wesleyan as well is number 14, Sloan Martin. That serve right on the back line. I would be lying if I said that I would, or if I would be lying if I said that I would have let that go too. You know, I mean, it's a great serve. I mean, it looked out to me. Here's Pinkston across the middle. And I call a double on the Battling Bishops. Just a couple of small fundamental mistakes from North Carolina Wesleyan that's costing them some of these plays. Block straight down by Torbenson. Here's Pinkston. That goes down for Pinkston. It was a great job by Michaela Simmons to be there, but didn't quite get her hands to push the ball back. Here's Emma Steiger for serve. Blocked straight back by Matheny and Torbenson. Blocked down by Pinkston. And a timeout for North Carolina Wesleyan. The Knights, I mean, so far, I mean, the statistics don't really show it. There's a total of 4 blocks so far, but it feels like there's been a lot more because the Knights have been very active at the net and doing a great job of just getting in those hitting lanes. Just looking at the statistics really quickly for both sides. Clyde's got 2 kills, Hopkins got 2 kills, Pinkston's got 2, and Torbenson's got 1. And a total of 6 service aces in this first set. 5 of those from Pinkston. I mean, you like to see 5 service aces for a single player in a game, much less in a single set. In one run, honestly, you don't see that very often, folks.
Nope, it's great serving on her part, but North Carolina Wesleyan definitely was struggling back there on the serve receive.
Absolutely, that's very true. But they've gotten a little bit better at that. They've been fixing that up since then. Of course, all the adjustments you have to make in a volleyball game, they're numberless. You constantly change things up, adjust and adapt, and they've been doing so. The Knights still hold a 14-point lead in this first set. And the Knights have some substitutions, including number 14, Caitlin Chamberlain. Emma Steiger still behind the line for the Knights. That serve just a little low. Got another substitution for North Carolina Wesleyan, and number 9, Allison Witrowski. And she will be serving. Matheny to Pinkston. Gets that to fall for her that time. Gives her 3rd kill. And Southern Virginia with some more substitutions, including Brenna Clyde and Jessie Fitcaw. And Fitcaw will be back to serve. That one just to the outside. We've seen Pinkston target that far side a couple of times already. All those times have been inaccurate and too far to the outside.
When you can get that hit in, it's really nice, because that's a hard spot to cover, but you really got to get it in.
That pass from Chamberlain a little too far. Here's Pinkston. And Clyde puts that one down. The Knights were kind of scrambling there for a moment, and Clyde just had enough of it. Hopkins checks in for Tatum Matheny. And Pinkston back to serve once again, which if you're North Carolina Wesleyan, that's the last person you want to see back there. Here's Hopkins. And Clyde. Chamberlain. They're not going to call net. I believe they're going to call that on number 11, Emily Foraker. Foraker was trying to make the argument that Chamberlain was guilty of that. Now set point for Southern Virginia. Steiger tried to get that one into play, but it'll fall for North Carolina Wesleyan. Got another substitution for North Carolina Wesleyan, number 22, Mary Catherine Davis, the senior from Kenly, North Carolina. Great low serve. And that pass a little too far to the outside. I mean, Hopkin had to basically lean back and pull a matrix move in order to get to that one.
It would have been nice if she was a lefty at that point, but.
Exactly. Here's Chamberlain. They're going to say that I believe Brenna Clyde tipped that one. There's Davis, and that short serve will end this first set with a score of 25-12 in favor of Southern Virginia. The Knights holding the momentum for most of that set, doing a great job both service-wise, getting their hands on hits, and just doing a great job setting up their offense. And like you said before, North Carolina Wesleyan very much struggling in that department, just getting those serve receives, getting their offense flowing. When they did, some good things happened here and there.
Yeah, they were definitely able to set up some great plays once they got their feet under him with that first pass.
And so with that, we'll take a short break before the beginning of the second set. Do not go away. We'll be right back. And we're back for the start of the second set. between the Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan and your Southern Virginia University Knights. Now, if you're tuning with us in the first set and you're curious as to why North Carolina Wesleyan's jerseys look a little different, well, there was a mishap in the first set where a player had gotten cut and they had gotten blood on the uniform, and so I guess they decided to switch it up, get the different jerseys that they had available to them. And the player that happened to was number 5, Kira Christiansen. And now we have the down ref just making sure, checking everything's all right with the rosters rotations. And substitutions. Okay, they're just checking that. But once again, we want to remind you, you're watching this on the Night Broadcasting YouTube channel. We appreciate you tuning in for today's matchup. Be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all things Southern Virginia University athletics. North Carolina Wesleyan will start off with serve with number 14, Sloan Martin. The Knights won the first set with a score of 25-12. Again, maintaining momentum the majority of that set. Here's Torbenson. Blocked back by number 11, Emily Foraker. That's something we saw small glimpses of in that first set from North Carolina Wesleyan. It didn't show up very often, but every now and then they're able to get their hands on a ball there. That serve too far. And Sydney Hopkin subbing in for Southern Virginia University, and Courtney Pinkston back to serve. And like I mentioned before, she had 5 aces in that first set. Speaking of shall appear, a 6th set, or service ace, I should say, for Pinkston. They say there's commentator curses, but I'd say there's also, in a way, commentator blessings, if you will. Here's Hopkin. Great fighting effort from the Bishops, but not able to get it back over. Pinkston, I believe, served 8 straight times in that first set. We'll see if she's able to replicate that success. That one wasn't so much blocked by Clyde, more as blocked by the net, as that set was just a little too low. Here's Pinkston once again. Close, but just out. Now back to serve for the Bishops is number 11, Emily Foraker, the freshman from Longmont, Colorado. Here's Torbenson. That's going to hit the ceiling on the way back over, so it counts as out. Point to Southern Virginia.
Yeah, if the ball touches the ceiling and comes back down on the same side, then you can keep playing that. But if it touches the ceiling and then goes to the other side of the net, then that's an out and point for the other team.
And another example of serve receiving issues for the Bishops so far. And like I said, even if it grazes the ceiling, come back over the net, it's counted as out. Peterson got her hands on it. Here's Peterson, and a great diving effort from Davis. Here's Hopkin. And Davis trying to get to it once again, not able to. Point Southern Virginia. And Hopkin gets her 3rd kill of the game. That is tipped. Another point, Southern Virginia. And that one goes out. North Carolina Wesleyan trying to make the argument that a Knight had grazed it. But again, point for Southern Virginia and timeout by North Carolina Wesleyan. Again, some of the same issues we saw in the first set showing themselves in the second one. Serve receive issues for North Carolina Wesleyan, and the Knights just able to run their offense as efficiently as they want.
Even though the score might not show it, I feel like we're getting a little bit more fight out of North Carolina Wesleyan here. I feel like they've showed up a little bit more. They've been able to set up a few more hits than they were last time. So I know the score might not show it directly, but I think they're really coming out with more fight than they did last set.
I can agree with you there. They're doing a better job with the things I previously mentioned. Still things I struggle with, but it's getting a little better each minute that they're playing at Southern Virginia. Just want to read off some of their stats real quick. We have Nicholson leading the way in kills with 2, followed by Martin and Foraker with 1 apiece. And so again, their attacks are not very strong right now. They got to obviously clean that up. Their hitting percentage very, very low compared to Southern Virginia. Negative 97 compared to Southern Virginia's 185. Southern Virginia hitting less efficiently than the first set, but still able to do a lot of the things that they like to do. Spread out to Pinkston, again it's Peterson, Hopkin, as well as Torbenson. So again, trying to be that offensive attack that is both diverse and unpredictable. Peterson able to get her hands on it. Here's Hopkin. Blocked straight back by number 12, Desiree Walker. Now subbing in for North Carolina Wesleyan is number 21, Bijou Patel, a senior from Cary, North Carolina. Here's Clyde. Gets that one to fall. And Clyde gets her 4th kill. Here's Ensley. Hopkin blocked back. And blocked back by Hopkin. On the attempt was number 1, Ludmila Borges. You're seeing some great work up front from North Carolina Wesleyan. Like you said, North Carolina Wesleyan having more fight in this set with their middle blockers, including Borges and Patel. And that one falls to the floor. Point Knights. And Walker able to get that back. Peterson. Great work from Southern Virginia. They're going to call a double on Steiger.
That's hard not to get a double sometimes. When you're trying to push that ball as far as you can with your setting hands, you really have to contact the ball the right way, and it's kind of hard to not get a double when you're trying to push the ball that hard when you're setting it.
And also when you're scrambling like that, just to try to make something out of nothing.
And also probably trying to turn your body to get it to go to the right place, everything. That's a hard ball.
And Hopkin wins that battle at the net against number 22, Mary Catherine Davis. Tatum Matheny checks in for the Knights, and she will be back to serve. The Knights have a 9-point lead in this second set. Nice low serve. The pin. A little too strong.
Yeah, it looked like that set was just a little too low for what Peterson was expecting, but yeah, just the timing, and he was just a little off.
maybe someone painted a target on the wall here of Knight Arena, and Peterson was trying to get that. Would have been impressive, but still not in the field of play. Here's Barrett Davis. Knight scrambling there. Here's Pinkston. Pinkston again. And that hit from Patel will hit the pole out of bounds. Again, a lot more hustle from the Battling Bishops in this second set. Doing a great job backing up their middle blockers, getting people in place in the back row. Now Steiger back to serve. What a hit there from Foraker. Got a substitution for North Carolina Wesleyan in number 5, Kira Christiansen. Here's Pinkston. Pinkston again. Torbenson. And a great effort from Davis. Matheny placing it right where it needed to be. Matheny basically said, you know what, you guys are hitting it right now, I'm just going to do it myself. The Knights have a substitution in Clyde. It was deflected by Torbenson, but goes down as a kill for number 15, Nicholson, a senior from Gastonia, North Carolina. Sloan Martin, the junior from Woodstock, Georgia, back to serve. And that is tipped. Chris Jansen trying to suggest, oh, I didn't hit it, but it was very obvious for everybody to see. 9-point lead for the Knights. Here's Hopkin. And that's going to be in, barely in. After the ball took a little trip along the top of the net. Matheny able to get it back over. Great effort from Pinkston, but that'll go down for number 12, Desiree Walker.
I think Pinkston really was under that, but it just didn't go up enough for anyone else to get it.
Here's Hopkin. Again, the middle blockers from North Carolina Wesleyan doing a great job getting their hands on the ball. Torbenson doesn't quite get her birthday cake on that one.
Yeah, she had to lean back a little bit too far for that one. Didn't get quite on top of the ball as much as you would want to.
Emily
but good
Forker.
Try.
Indeed, a good try. That was Forker on the serve. And Forker trying to get to it, but that'll be a point for Southern Virginia. Again, you said it before, and we've said it multiple times, the difference in defensive effort in this set compared to the first, it's a staggering defense, honestly. That'll be a point for the Bishops. And coming in for North Carolina Wesleyan is number 21, Bijou Patel. Here's Clyde. Gets that one to fall off the hand of number 1, Ludmila Borges. And Jessica Ensley will come in to serve. Miscommunication between Walker and Martin. As Walker was right there, then Martin came in almost out of nowhere trying to get it up, trying to set it up for her. Because Walker's a powerful hitter and she wanted her to hit it. Somehow, Patel able to get that over. There's some confusion on the score here. That looks like a clear Southern Virginia point.
I'm not going to lie. I almost want North Carolina Wesleyan to get that point just for Patel's save right there. That was an amazing. I'm glad it was great effort, one, to go for it and not just give up on it. But she really got it inside the antenna, back over the net. That really was an amazing play.
I mean, if we had this replay right now, we'd show you the odds of getting that angle on that hit to get it back over. I mean, it was almost completely on Southern Virginia's side. My goodness, you said it best. What an effort.
It's also impressive that the down ref knew to get out of the way. It was well orchestrated over here.
That serve from Tatum Matheny just short. Now back to serve is number 3, Barrett Davis. North Carolina Wesleyan keeping it interesting in the second set. Here's Pinkston. Peterson gets that through the block for a kill.
I'm really glad Matheny sent it to Peterson over there because it was a great decision to switch up their defense. They were almost ready for Pinkston since Pinkston had just hit, but to switch him up like that really gets them off their feet and out of place a little bit.
Absolutely, and also it's been the trend the past couple of games that they try to get Pinkston 2 times in a row if she's not able to get the first time. So like you said, switching it up, playing some mind games on the floor. Great work. Well, Pinkston gets her kill right there. Denied just a few moments ago, but she wouldn't be denied very long. Score now 22-13, 9-point lead for the Knights. Here's Patel. Pinkston able to get it back over as well. And it winds up being a point for the Knights. So very close together. We have 2 plays where the ball looks like it's going out of bounds or it's too far close to the net to get back over. But Pinkston and Patel, well done on those plays.
I love to see that they're really playing to win, and they're really trying to get every single point because every single point really matters.
Right, and like you said, it's really easy just in your mind, just say, okay, I'll live to play another play. We'll just let this one go. But when you battle like that, I mean, goodness gracious, both those plays ended up in points for the team that got that save, right? When Patel had hers, the Battling Bishops were able to get the point with the controversial call on the far side. Then, of course, that time with Southern Virginia. Now a 10-point lead in this second set. The Knights 2 points away from closing out 2-0. And if you're Southern Virginia, again, there's a lot of things you're doing right. And it's just North Carolina Wesleyan's doing a great job of responding and adjusting defensively. I mean, North Carolina Wesleyan's still really struggling with their offense. Their hitting percentage is still in the negatives with -54. Southern Virginia's hitting percentage has gone down. So again, the Battling Bishops defense has improved. But it's their offense now that needs to come alive in the second set and into the third set as well. now back to serve. Number 16, Emma Steiger, the senior from Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Nice short serve. Very close to the 10-foot line. Service ace for Southern Virginia. The Knights are now in double digits in service aces. Knights able to adjust to the ceiling interference. Here's Patel. And the tip through Ensley off. There goes a point to the Bishops. And Kira Christiansen back to serve for the Bishops. Matheny to Pinkston. Gets in the back corner. And that'll close out this second set. Knights now lead 2-0, winning that one 25-14. Very similar scores in those first two sets. The first one being 25-12, that one 25-14. Again, North Carolina doing some things better in that set, but at the end, Knights offense just a little too much for them to handle. And so with that, we'll take a short break before the beginning of the third and potentially final set of this game. We'll be right back.
Good. This is good for me. I need to have these things right because it makes it to where people don't think me as an idiot trying to know things. It didn't sound familiar. It's different than my coaching voice. And see, I've called them LinkedIn in the past, but I keep hearing that whole story. Five real my warrior on the team. Oh yeah, timeout camera. You guys want to stay across the way? Yeah, they just installed that camera this season. Much to my dismay. So tonight at 6 is it? That means I have to like watch what I do in my face. Only on timeouts though. They don't use it for like in-game. So we go from this to that side. That's for Who's the bishop? Is Bertha or Williams? Okay, see ya. Yeah, I never thought to do that with the papers. Well, for me too, because like I realized that like 2 weeks ago, like I kept saying like, oh nope, there, I was there. Just that would make sense. Well, that's kind of true with a lot of coaching free, honestly, but I don't know.
And we're back for the start of the third and potentially final set between the battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan and your Southern Virginia University Knights. First two sets were won by the Knights by a score of 25-12 and 25-14. Again, big difference, serving and attacks from Southern Virginia just been more effective in general. Both defenses, in my opinion, playing very well, especially the middle areas. They're both doing a great job getting their hands on balls, and it's just been tough for North Carolina Wesleyan to respond to Pinkston, Clyde, Hopkin, and that very effective offensive attack from Southern Virginia. Sage Matheny back to serve for the Knights. Here's Pinkston. That one falls in that back corner. Great topspin on that hit.
I feel like Pinkston's getting the ball in more if she sends it deeper to the corners instead of trying that cross, the really sharp cross court.
I mean, some hits in volleyball just work better for you some days. Some days you're able to hit that cross hit. Some days it's better just to go deep.
Yep. Depends on who you're playing and everything. So I think she's finding the good spots on the court for today.
Back to serve for the Bishops is number 14, Sloan Martin. Matheny keeping it in play. Here's Clyde. Blocked back by number 11, Emily Foraker. Again, those middle blockers from North Carolina Wesleyan have done a great job so far being disruptive in those hitting lanes. Here's Pinkston. That one too far to the outside for number 15, Aubrey Nicholson.
They needed Patel over there that time. Patel got that cross-court save last set.
Just saying, hey, I can do that too. Didn't quite work out as well that time, but love the effort. Here's Pinkston for the serve. Winning the battle at the net is number 4, Sydney Hopkin.
Great read on Hopkins' part. She saw that it was going to be close and she was ready for it.
Here's Pinkston to serve. Matheny to Clyde. Great effort from Steiger. So that goes down for number 15, Aubrey Nicholson. Got a substitution for North Carolina Wesleyan, number 10, Amber Pierce, and she'll be back to serve for the Bishops. Here's Hopkin. That one sails out. Hopkin has gotten 5 kills so far in this game, tied for second on the team with Brenna Clyde. Here's Clyde. Gets that one to fall. Gives her number 6.
That was a great set by Matheny there. Sometimes when the setter gets pushed over here to the left side of the net, you expect her to go to the outside hitter. But pushing it all the way back and doing that back set across there, that really switched it up on the defense on Bishop's side of the court.
Absolutely. A lot of people tend to think that the setter, their job is just simply to pass, but a lot of times they're kind of a misdirecting magician in some ways, trying to confuse the defense. Gonna be a double on North Carolina Wesleyan. Make it 5-4 in favor of the Knights. Kind of fortunate for the Knights because that time there was a lot of communication going on, or I guess for lack thereof. And so a lot of people were crunched up together in the same spot. The serve from Torbenson. Here's Clyde on the outside. Pinkston from the back row. And that one's going to sail out on number 15, Aubrey Nicholson. It actually looks like they're going to call net. They're going to call that on Jelaine Peterson. So point to the Bishops. And another substitution for the Bishops in number 7, Katie Fulton, the freshman from Summerville, South Carolina. And serving is Nicholson. Here's Clyde. That one's going to be in for Clyde as well. Give her kill number 7.
It's great to see middles play defense. Sometimes it's a hard transition for middles to make because they're so used to doing the tall defense up at the net and hitting a lot. But for middles to get low and get that defensive ball like that, that's impressive that she can do that and that she really read it that well.
Here is Peterson. Able to recover, keep that alive. Here's Hopkins. Oh!
Once again, sorry.
No, you're good. Hopkins soared in the air, brought that one down. My goodness.
And once again, Matheny switching up the offense from different sides of the net. It's really working well for them.
Here's Ensley. Peterson able to get her hands on it, but goes down the right side of the net. Another substitution for the Bishops, number 18, Andrea Vendrame. Knights holding on to a 1-point lead. That one's going to sail out and actually hit the line judge. He just smiles it off, though. Looks up as if to say, it's not my first time.
Line judges have to stay on their toes sometimes to get out of the way or expect to get hit every once in a while.
Or just be able to take the hits. Here's Tatum Matheny. Matheny to Pinkston. Great effort on North Carolina Wesleyan's side, but not enough heat on number 3, Barrett Davis's hit. Here's Matheny. And that one sails out on her. Now back to serve is Barrett Davis. Matheny from the back row comes Matheny. Nice, she's not quite able to set up anything there that was substantial. Here's Davis once again. Pinkston on the left side.
Great effort by Matheny right now. Really keeping the ball in play.
That one's going to land on the back line off the hand of Foraker. Ties it up at 9. You'd love to see North Carolina Wesleyan has played better and better as each set has happened. And now the Bishops will take the lead. Matheny to Pinkston. Oh my goodness. Vendrame able to get it over. Pinkston again. North Carolina Wesleyan keeping it alive. Peterson on the pin. Gets that one to fall. Just love to see the effort from both sides right now. My goodness. Here is Emma Steiger. Third set tied at 10. Put back by Matheny. That battle won by Torbertson. Another point for the Knights. We've seen a lot of great plays from Torbertson just like that the past couple of games, winning battles at the net, just doing a great job. Great location by number 7, Katie Fulton. And if you watch, folks, the first set of this game and how North Carolina Wesleyan was receiving serves, and then you're watching this set right now, you'd guess it was 2 different teams. The improvement has been staggering. Here's Pinkston. Great location there from Pinkston. Coming in for Southern Virginia is Brenna Clyde. And Sage Matheny back to serve. And the Knights doing a great job at being a force at the net.
Sometimes when middles go up like that and don't even touch it, I call it the intimidation factor.
I mean,
they intimidate him and kind of throw him off.
And that one hits the antenna. That'll be out. Point, Southern Virginia. Knights looking to pull away here in this third set. Here's Clyde. That one will be out off of Clyde's hand.
I love to see that Southern Virginia really utilizes those free balls, and they set up tricky plays they don't normally set up when they have those free balls. Unfortunately, that time it sailed out, but still they tried those tricky plays.
Now back to serve is Sloan Martin, number 14. Here's Torbenson. The one-handed pass from Matheny. That almost felt like a basketball highlight. It's like a behind-the-back, spin around, toss it up to Torbenson, putting it straight down.
It was a nice little quick set, threw the blockers off their timing and got straight down to the floor.
Here's Pinkston. Another ace for Pinkston. Her 7th of the game. And on that play, I love the fact that even though it was an unusual setup from Matheny, Torbenson, no hesitation, came in through there and got the hit, able to put it down. And the Knights doing a great job of pulling away from North Carolina Wesleyan, despite the fact that North Carolina Wesleyan has really improved throughout these 3 sets.
Yeah, North Carolina Wesleyan had that small lead there for a few points, and I was wondering if the Knights were going to notice that and maybe answer that a little bit, because with them being the number 2 in the conference and North Carolina Wesleyan being the 8th in the conference, that might not or should not be happening maybe.
Right, and we saw a similar response from SVU earlier today against Methodist University, right? They won the second set, and as soon as Pinkston got the kill, walked over to the sideline. Was like, didn't like that, didn't like how we performed. And like you said, they noticed, hey, we're down. We're playing better. We shouldn't be down. Let's correct that. And they've done so far.
You're right. We have seen for Southern Virginia do that a lot, and that speaks to their mental game. Really,
right.
Volleyball with their mental game, because it is. So every ball really is a new game.
Right.
Anything can happen with that new serve, and you can turn it around real quick just with your mental game and how you attack it.
And that's been a big factor in the Knights' 6-game winning streak that they're currently on, wanting to add a 7th in a row, is that they've just been playing with great mental toughness, with a lot of unity, and just with a lot of aggression as well, contained aggression. Here's Hopkin. And that goes down for Hopkin.
I don't know if it's so much contained aggression, because they unleash it, as you can see Hopkin did just right then, but maybe controlled aggression. They control
agree.
it and focus it in, right?
Very accurate indeed. There's Pinkston for the serve. And with the last kill, Hopkin has 7 kills on the game. That'll be a point for the Bishops.
It was a great block, but they needed to get their hands pointed into the court instead of pointed out.
That's about timing, getting there, being able to adjust your body when you jump up. Here's Matheny to Hopkin. I love the idea from Ludmila Borges. Love the idea. Just wasn't quite able to get enough underneath it. Because if she was able to get it over, the Knights weren't expecting that. No one was expecting that. Now number 7, Ashley Torbenson, the freshman from Farmington, Utah, back to serve. And Barrett Davis, I guess the ball moved on her. It was a good float serve, and it went up at the last second. It was an awkward pass, not able to handle it. And that one's going to go out. Here's Matheny to Hopkin. And that was number 12, Desiree Walker, trying to make a play. And coming in for the Knights is number 14, Caitlin Chamberlain. And with the recent service ace from Torbenson, the Knights now have a total of 12 aces on the game. Great play from Sloan Martin. Similar to what they were trying to do just a moment ago. That time, it worked out pretty well for them. Back to serve is Aubrey Nicholson, number 15, the senior from Gastonia, North Carolina. Matheny to Hopkin. Another kill for Hopkin. And I love the fact, I don't know how many people noticed this. On that jump ball, Matheny did not go up for it. She didn't think they were going to slam it down. She waited. She was patient and was able to be there ready to set it to Hopkin. And another point for the Knights. Just 2 points away from the sweep. Here's Ensley. Solid hit from Borges. Able to get through Chamberlain and Matheny. And coming in from North Carolina Wesleyan is number 18, Andrea Vendrame. Here's Hopkin. Davis able to get back up and make a play. A lot of chaotic volleyball, and number 14, Sloan Martin, again exposing that opening in the middle of the Knights defense.
It's always the hard part of the court because everybody can get there, but hard to communicate who's actually going to get it.
Matheny taking matters into her own hands. Set point Knights. Now coming into serve is number 22, Tatum Matheny. Matheny. That one's going to sail out and give the Knights the sweep. It wasn't the prettiest way to end the game, but the Knights able to make enough plays to close out this final set. And that makes 7 straight victories for Southern Virginia.
I love to see that they really close out that game like we were talking about earlier. They really have that mental game of, oh, hey, we're starting to get casual. Let's tighten things up and really get it controlled and play smart, and they pulled it out.
And
So-
again, at the end of that one, they weren't playing the cleanest volleyball around. And a lot of teams, they're not playing clean volleyball. They'll let it get to their head, like you said, the mental game, and they'll kind of let it affect the rest of the game. But even with that, they still made the plays they needed to. They made the serves. I mean, the serves in general, just overall, were just fantastic. Again, a total of 11, I believe 12 actually, service aces for Southern Virginia in this game. Several of them, and I mean several, with a total of 7 coming from Courtney Pinkston alone. I mean, just a fantastic job overall serving from Southern Virginia and able to get the points they needed to, able to play that mental game like we said. We appreciate you all tuning in tonight's broadcasting YouTube channel. On behalf of myself, Dawson Wiedrick, and my good friend Marion Gowdy, this is the Knights Broadcasting Network. God bless and go Knights.